Santa Ana winds have been a major part of the spread of the fires. Senior meteorologist Kristi Gordon is here with the latest on the forecast for that area. Kristi.
Unfortunately, Santa Ana winds continued today. They were far less than what we saw yesterday, Chris. The sustained winds were ranging from 30 to 50 kilometers an hour, but there were still some isolated gusts ranging from 70 to 90 kilometers an hour. And so that had prompted the officials to continue the red flag warning throughout the day. In fact, it's been extended to 6 p.m. on Friday because of the potential still for isolated gusts ranging from 60 to 90 kilometers an hour, and because the relative humidity is so incredibly low, so the danger is still there. Now, as we head into tomorrow, we are expecting a further increase, or decrease, I should say, of these winds as that sort of outflow starts to dissipate. So thankfully, some reprieve in terms of winds expected tomorrow, but no rain in sight still.
All right, they'll appreciate at least lower winds tomorrow. Thanks very much, Kristi. BC weather now and what we can expect over the next couple of days as we get closer to the weekend, Kristi.
Thanks, Chris. I know we had been advertising sunshine for the weekend, and we are going to see a little bit, but I need to show you a little bit of a blip in that forecast. First, though, it turned out to be a beautiful day today. Nice shot looking out towards the lights and the Lionsgate Bridge. Major system, though, across northern BC, and in fact, there's a snowfall warning in place right now for Pine Pass. 20 centimeters of snow is possible in that region right through the morning hours. So winter driving in that region. For our area, the frontal band will move across overnight. In fact, the bulk of that rainfall will happen while you're asleep. Tomorrow morning, though, there is a chance of a little bit of rainfall, but you can see it shifts to the south quite quickly. I have to note, though, tonight temperatures are going to drop to about 3 degrees. There's a chance for some wet snow over higher elevations. We're talking about just the highest elevations of Metro Vancouver above 300 meters, but don't be surprised if you see that. Generally, though, we're going to see that system drive out. Brighter skies expected by the afternoon, and we are going to see windy conditions, but below warning criteria. We're talking about 50 kilometer an hour winds. This is what we're talking about. I wanted to show you for Saturday, though. A little bit of a blip moving in, not till the evening or nighttime hours, but just a heads up. So we're not totally in the clear, although during the day over the weekend, it does look like that's when we'll see the majority of the sunshine, with that very small, weird little frontal band moving in late in the day on Saturday. So we'll have more details on that tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy the sunshine by the afternoon hours tomorrow after the rainfall in the morning. Maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time for your commute to work, but it should be nice in the afternoon. Chris, back to you.
All right.
Global News meteorologist Kristi Gordon is with me now. Kristi, the Santa Ana winds are not new to Southern California, but how has climate change contributed to creating the conditions that have allowed these fires to explode?
Well, Donna, yesterday we talked about how 2 weather extremes are making matters worse in the area. Not only are they dealing with excessive or near record drought right now, but they're also seeing a Santa Ana wind event that is extreme. And really, that's what climatologists have been warning us for decades now, is that we anticipate storms to be stronger and more frequent, as well as we anticipate larger swings. So higher highs, lower lows, more flooding, more precipitation. And that is, when we look back at the weather data for this region, what they've seen through 2023 and then right into 2024, they saw well above average precipitation, where in 2024, a number of atmospheric rivers caused widespread flooding and landslides, and it also increased the vegetation during this time. And then partway through the spring, it was like the taps were turned off. And this is called hydroclimate volatility, or hydroclimate whiplash, where you go from one extreme to another. And so that increase in vegetation then dried out, as through late spring, summer, and fall, they saw barely any precipitation at all. And that allowed for an incredible amount of fuel for the fires. So fuel and vegetation management really will be crucial in the years to come as our climate changes. Now, today the winds have come down, but they're still seeing wind gusts up to 90 kilometers an hour. The Santa Ana winds are still occurring, although a little bit less than yesterday. But the key is that they're also seeing extremely low humidity in the region. So the red flag warnings have been extended to 6 p.m. on Friday. We are anticipating the winds to come down a little bit on Friday, but certainly they have a lot of work ahead of them. Donna, back to you.
Okay, Global News meteorologist Kristi Gordon, thanks.
Just Kristi Gordon joins us with the latest on those Santa Ana winds that keep blowing down there. Kristi, when might they let up?
Thanks so much, Chris. Well, one thing that you heard from Jennifer there, that the winds have certainly come down somewhat today. The sustained winds range from 30 to 50 kilometers an hour. But by this map here, you can still see some isolated gusts, which range from 70 to 90 kilometers an hour. They were isolated indeed, but that's all it takes to really blow a fire significantly. So it has prompted officials to continue the red flag warning through to 6 p.m. tomorrow because of the potential for still strong winds, but also because they have such low humidity in the region, and so it's very dangerous. Now, tomorrow we are anticipating the winds to come down even further. Those Santa Ana winds will likely decrease significantly. However, we could still see gusty winds as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Back to you.
All right, we'll check in a little later. Thank you very much, Kristi. Hero from a couple of years ago for sure. Okay, Kristi's here with more on why the fires in California have so much fuel right now. Kristi.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, so we talked a little bit about yesterday, the fact that they're dealing with a drought period right now, but we look back a little further into the weather in the LA region in 2023, and the beginning of 2024 was incredibly wet. They had well above average precipitation with atmospheric rivers that caused flooding and landslides, but it also increased the vegetation, and then it was like the taps turned off, and all of a sudden everything dried out, and that vegetation became fuel. So it's one of the reasons why they were dealing with such extreme fires, because the fuel was so excessive in that area. Now, back at home here, we don't have dry weather. We have rainfall on the way for tonight as a front will shift across the region in through the northern region. Snowfall. Pine Pass has a snowfall warning right now. 20 centimeters is expected by the morning hours. And I want to highlight is as this shifts across, the freezing level will drop. There's a chance for some wet snow over the highest areas of Metro Vancouver. We're talking about above 300 meters. But otherwise, this is really a rain event, and it shifts out pretty quickly. Still some lingering rainfall in the morning tomorrow, but overall, we're trending towards blue sky, and we'll see a little bit of gusty winds tomorrow. One thing I wanted to highlight is late in the day Saturday, there's a small disturbance that will move through. There's a chance for some rainfall across our region Saturday night, but generally through the days, Saturday and Sunday, we're expecting brighter skies. All right, so this is your forecast for your Friday, everyone, with snowfall expected in through the interior regions. Areas like Kelowna could see 2 to 4 centimeters before it warms up. Rain for our region in the morning, brighter in the afternoon, but a bit gusty, and we're expecting drier conditions through the weekend. But again, there's a potential for some late day rain on Saturday. All right, tonight's Central Windows weather window is coming to you from Bowen Island, where Ivan captured this shot, and he was wondering if off in the distance that orangey hue is smoke from the California fires. I had a look at it, Ivan. Doesn't look like the smoke has made its way up here yet.
All right, good photo nonetheless. Thanks very much, Kristi. Squire's here with sports. There we go. Great event last night. Before we get last word, great event last night with women's hockey and for women's hockey.
I said there was 19,000 plus there, and everybody had a good time, and the game was a good game. And you saw the great goal by Marie-Philippe Poulin. There was a couple of good goals, but that one from the knees was pretty impressive.
Highlight reel stuff. Okay, last word on weather before we go, Kristi.
Sure. Wet tonight. You may want to give yourself extra time for your commute to work. It may slow things down, but it shouldn't be too bad. Brighter skies and gusty conditions in the afternoon, and still fairly bright through the weekend. So lots to look forward to in the days to come.
All right, it's Friday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Okay, thanks very much.
But who's counting?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.